So today, my fellow farmers, we will be going to talk about record keeping, and today I've made screen recording on my phone on an app that I'm sure that will be helpful to some of us farmers who want to do a good record keeping. So this app is only, I understand it's only found in Play Store. So we go to our Play Store, we go and search for, I've already searched, that is a Beavertech. That is the company that has programmed this app. I'm particularly sure that they are based at Uganda, and they are doing a very good job. So we type, and these are some of the apps that they have. As farmers, you might be practicing cattle, so there is one for you there. That is my cattle manager farm app. If you are into goats, my goat manager farming app. Into poultry, my poultry manager farm app. My crop manager farm into in crop manager, another one, crop farmers app. Into piggery, my piggery manager's farm app. I shall make a review of some of these, or give an introduction on some of the features that are in this and how they are applied. But for today, my concern, or what I wanted us to discuss about, is Farmers Wallet Farming app. So you go to the Farmers Wallet Farming app. So after downloading, you can see it there is it appears as a Farmers Wallet. So we go tap it, and this will be our first screen. So we have just for a brief preview, let me take you, or tell about this app. So this app is about an app that helps modern farmers to keep track of their daily agricultural income and expenses. It's a farm record keeping app that helps farmers, or will help a farmer generate text and visual reports that give insightful information to the farmer, such as a trend in incomes and expenses over a desired time period. So when we come here, we have new income, new expenses, we have farm setup, and then we have analytics. The best place, even when you get, you can exploit yourself, but from my understanding, where you're supposed to start is that is the farm setup. And from the farm setup, we have two icons, or two places to go to. So first we have the farm items, and the other one is expenses. So what is a farm item? According to the programmers of this app, a farm item is any item, animal, equipment, machinery that brings income to a farmer. It can be as simple as an animal, e.g. a goat, chicken, cattle, and etc. Or even a pasture and feeds. Maybe you are into feed productions. So a farmer needs to add all farm items and the products for every farm item in order to collect specific and meaningful data from here. So where do we go when we want to add this farm item? So we tab on the farm item. I'd already inputted some because I'm already using this app. Let us do an example here first. That will be, we click that add button. Because I've inputted almost 90% of what I'll do, I'll just take an example like we talked about, something that shall generate profit. And recently that I've not added something like apples. So when I type apples, apples. That is apple. So what will be product, and what can I get from these apples? I can sell the fruits. That is one of the products. I can sell that is, I can make profit, or I can generate income from fruits. I can generate income from maybe cuttings, which I'll sell as seedlings. I can do training to farmers, so I'll generate income by training farmers on how to go about apple farming. So after you've inputted, or if it were chickens, here we would have put in chickens. We've had typed chicken. There we have fruits. I would have put eggs, chicks, breeding cocks, training. If you are a farmer, you should, if you are good, or if you have specialized in farming, you should train others. It's a very profitable venture. So that is how we add these farm items. After you are through, we come there up. That tick, we tick that one. We've completed. Sorry. So now when you scroll, you can see now up there, because it's arranging alphabetically. Up there now you can see that we have apple. So when we tap on the word apple, this is where it takes. As you can see, it has given us the products that we generated when we added. So we go back to our first screen. That is how we add our farm items. So the other thing is that button of expense categories. So according to Beavertech Technologies, or Digital Agriculture, their code, expense is anything you spend money on during your farming activities. This doesn't include your personal expenses. That is accounting. Only expenses related to your farming activities should be recorded in the app for better and meaningful data. So we tab on the expense categories, and we see where it takes us. I had already also inputted some. I was practicing. So what we do is we just go down there and we add an expense. So one of the expenses that I have in mind is training. We are training expenses. When we are training farmers from because all those you are into chicken, I'm training people. I'm into piggery, I'm training people. And I'm like the one we've inputted, or we've added about apples. When you are doing training, there are some of those expenses that might be included. I'm just trying to figure out one of them, because I've already added most of the expenses that I will incur in my farm. So I'm just giving you an example from the one that we added for the apple. So when we are doing a training, you might incur expenses such as food, expenses such as hiring for those public speakers, maybe entertainment. You might organize a transport for them, that is if you live very far. You might a television, a computer. If you are going to get a public speaker, you probably need a generator. So let's put that is what training materials, and that is it. And then when you go that tick button up there, you tick it and you are done. Our training material has been added. There it is. So when you want to put the training materials, you come here and add what? Name of the expense category. You come and check. Maybe you are doing what? Training materials. Name of expense category. What do we put? Maybe we hired what? Generator, or public hired public address system, public address system. You put a tick. it has been added in one of those trainings. So when we go back, we come to our training materials. We have we have added an item. So in some of these examples, like the ones you are seeing for my expenses, one of them is like poultry feed. You see, I'll be buying cabbages. I want to do an organic farming. I'll be buying chick mash. I'll be making hydroponics. So with hydroponics, I'll be buying barley. I'll be buying. So those are expenses. Dengu. This is green grams for those. I'm in Kenya. So Swahili name, the local language name is pumpkin. I'll be cooking pumpkin. So those are some of the things I'll be buying as expense. So that is how we add an expense. So our next step is we've done farm setup. So now we have, I'll not show you when we added what we shall be generating income from. We added the apple, we've added the chicken. So under chickens, you can see I'll be selling cocks for Christmas season. This Christmas season, the cocks did very well in terms of generating income. One cock was going for like $30. Yes, 3,000 Kenya shillings. $30. So I shall be selling breeding cocks. I shall be selling chicks. In that chickens again, we have eggs. We have fertilized eggs for people who want to go and hatch. They don't want to keep. Maybe you have an incubator. So this is a business. Mature chickens for people to eat or point of sale chickens. And that crucial point I was talking about, that is training fee. Another area we can look into is goats. So I shall be selling what? I shall be generating income from breeding bucks, mature goats, training fee, weaned goats, and so on. Those are some of the, depending on, this is not how your farm might look like, but I'm trying to give you a setup on how this app works. So even into fruit productions, I've categorized a lot of fruits here. I'll be planting apples, avocados, black plum, dragon fruit, pig fruit, fig. So others which you cannot categorize, I'll be doing aloe vera, I'll be doing beetroot, black cayenne pepper, so on and so on. It's kind of a record planning also. Turkeys, I shall generate money from mature turkeys. And as you go along this, you can see when you look into some of these, like rabbits. When I do rabbits, it should click to you that there'll be again an expense on rabbits. So the moment you generate these farm items, know that just try to figure out now what expense shall come out of rearing or keeping these or farming some of these farm items. What expenses? So you successfully or in doubles, when you are doing farm item, you also try and do expenses. They go hand in hand, so that you don't mix yourself first in this app. But as you go along using this, you get, even for me at first it was very difficult trying to understand it, but as I continue to practice, it became easier. So while generating farm items, see that also you do the expenses. So we go back to where we've done our farm setup. So we go to something called income. So our income here will be what? According to them, any money that is generated from your farming activity is an income. This should not include money received from non-farming activities. This money can be from selling farm items, a product, or any other that is specifically generated from your farm activities. So new income here now. We've done our farm setup. So everything now here is ready to go. You come to that button or that highlighted yellow screen up there, none selected. You type on that arrow down there. So we have farm item sale, farm product sales. As you go along, I'll not want to explain it. The video shall be very long. So let's take a farm item sales. It prompts you to pick something else down there. Select farm item to which income belongs. So what do we have? We have apples, chickens, ducks. These are like some of all those things that we did. We did what? Like we did some products on them. So let's, for example, pick our chickens here. How much did we earn from the chicken? I'll not want to use that one. This one is very narrow. We go back to our farm and we select from product. So select a farm item to choose a product. And now we choose the chicken. Yes, we should check farm product sale. Chicken. Now it is telling me to select what from those products. What have I sold from the chickens? Have I sold cocks, breeding cock, chicks? Let me choose what chicks. How much did you earn? I sold 100 of them, and each was going for 100 shillings. So that is 10,000 Kenya shillings. 10,000 Kenya shillings. Date of income. Today is Christmas. I'm recording on Christmas. That is interesting. So if you have an invoice that you generated, you'll put the invoice number. You might want notes to write. You'll know what to write. You can write maybe the customer name. You might write the chickens were either from a certain chicken on from a certain flock. And then we tick that tick. That is done. That is how we do the rest, even the rest of the incomes. That is how we do them. So our next point now shall be what? To do an expense. We want to do the expense. This represents a general or a typical category of a farm expense. Examples include fertilizer, labor, feeds, and other things that cost money in this time of production. So our expenses, we had already inputted some of the expenses. So where do we go? None selected. Specific farm item, choose expense category. Because I'm still not very familiar with it, let's try. So that is specific to a farm item, and then that one will prompt me again to go to some of those. That's why I was saying when any product or item that we inputted along the way has maybe what expenses. So when we go to chickens, name of the expenses, no, I want category. The ones I wanted category. So daily labor, you'll get to figure out. I'm just trying to show what some of the features that we have. You will climatize. You'll get to know it as you practice using it. But it's a good app. So we had labor there, but there are several. So let's say poultry feed. Poultry feed, you saw where I had put hydroponics, blah blah blah, and others. Poultry feed, cabbages, and the rest. You still can choose kienyeji mash. Kienyeji mash, I mean in Kenya, kienyeji mash is kienyeji is the word for the local chickens. So there's a feed. You see in the market we have broiler and layers. So there is that local. So we have people who have formulated specifically for the local. They are dual purpose. That's why we call it kienyeji mash. So how much did we spend? We spent 2,500. What was it? On 25th of December. And then invoice receipt, if you generate them, it's good to have a receipt because the customer will want maybe a receipt. or when you are buying, it's good to keep those receipts again. Write a short note there, and we are good to go. There, I had put some, so like I'm spending a lot of money on this kienyeji mash, poultry feed, kienyeji mash. That is it. That is how we had our expenses. Now, our next thing now is to do what? We do analytics, and this app is some of its side is paid for. We have a premium and the free version. The one I'm using currently is the free version. So we have now let's go and do our analytics. There we are. It's showing me what? 10,000 total income. This is for today. Total income 10,000. Total expenses 2,500. Net income 7,500. I'll want to do one that is showing me a loss. So if you're interested to see that, maybe it will be of different color. I've not tried, but there are other reports that are generated from this app. So you click up there. That is for the current month. So you can custom range the range that you want. It might be previous months, last 3 months, last 6 months, last 6 years, all time. Let me do an all time. You see now it is giving out some of a general overview of my farm. So there is also other data. Not, you can filter. There's like a small arrow there. If you want for chickens, see, it is giving me for chickens. It's showing chickens there. Which other rabbits? I have not done any rabbits. Others, that is what? Others 5,000. There's something that I've sold in others. I've not incurred any expense that is interesting. In goats, nothing in goats. In fruits, yes, in fruits we have 7,800. There are seedlings, nothing. Vegetables, nothing. YouTube, that one is the one I'm doing. Even when I start generating cash, I shall be inputting. I'll be adding here turkeys. Yes, turkeys we have 10,500. We should have I should include feeds because if I spend feed, there should be an expense for feeds. So the other thing is doing a setup for this app. So sorry, you click these 3 top left lines. These are the 3 top there. So you can create your farm account. This is where I was saying that it is a paid version. So paid versions is you have adverts removed, you have a detail, and let me be categorical here that I've not been paid to promote this. I just found it. I'm even promoting the free version of it, because nowadays you can imagine handling paperwork when you're in the very rural. If there is anything that has penetrated up to even the rural areas where we don't have a photocopy machine, so you can imagine what kind of records you can put there. So what am I saying? An app. Most of us nowadays have an app. So it's a matter of just going downloading, and I've not been paid. I don't know them. I just found it on the internet. I went on, practice it, and I saw it was good. So that's why I'm bringing it to you. That's why I want you to use this app. Just use the free app. But if you can manage to pay, as we've seen here, it's $404.995 per month. It's affordable. If it's affordable for you, you can go for it. But even the free version, there is some little that you can do that can go a long way to help you in your farm. Just that basic profit and loss, and keeping records of your farm. Okay, so For the paid version or the premium version, adverts are removed, a detailed report, you can generate a detailed report. There's a data backup and restore. So when you are using this free version, your phones get lost or it gets stolen, you get to lose that data. But if you have the premium version, there's that number 3, data backup and restore. So you can export to Excel reports. You see, if you've paid and this you have detailed report, you want to get a loan, you can go and print out some of these in Excel form and present them to your financial institution or to insurance. That is a plus. I've not yet done that, that's why it's prompting me to do that. So you can export to Excel report, you can export to PDF report. So synchronize data between devices. You can do it in your computer, in your phone, and then it will be synchronized. You see, when you do it in your phone, and then again you cannot access it in your computer. So you can export all data to Excel, CSV, and PDF. And then the unlimited access to all features. So get farm account if you want to subscribe to that one. I've said I've not been paid. I'm not promoting this. This is not a promotion for this app. I just loved it, and that's why I'm going for. I'm bringing it to you, fellow farmers. So you can do your farm notes. I've done some funny things there. I don't remember even what I was doing there. I was just doing some practice. So we go to settings, general. If you can put your farm name, that is where I'm based, and this is where you come. Farm location, Mwala, Machakos. This is where now, if you are a different country, because I'm in Kenya, I've put Kenya shillings. So when you press that default currency, you see you can get to choose the currency according to your country. If you are in Uganda, there we are. So Uganda, you see it has changed too. I'm not in Uganda, so let me go back to my country, Kenya. Okay, so I've not saved it, so I'll cancel. Let it go to default. Oops, sorry, I'll have to change. I'll change it later. So those are some of the features that you'll get to have. It's a good app. You can see home. I have new income, new expenses, farm setup, analytics. Oh, you see it has changed but I'll change later. Don't you be worried. Don't you get worried. I'll change. Until you see, at least we've seen that that is where we go and do what? Do currency change. So our next expenses, it has changed. Mine is just to say, if you are interested, there is a free version for it. Go for it. Have your records, like you've seen what I've done with my farm setup. I have all this. This is free. I've inputted them all free. And at the end of it, you can see that it is generating me what? It's generating me some statistics all time. You see, Uganda 78, 800. It's giving me some data. You can. So guys, just go for this website. Just go for this app, and I hope it will be helpful for you. Sorry for the kids, they are playing outside there. I hope they are not of much nuisance. But after all, at least we have completed this training. Thank you guys. Remember to subscribe, like, share. I'll appreciate. So next, if you are interested, where we saw we can do a preview of the ones for piggery, one for the cattle, one for the chickens. I'll take my time and just go through them. Thank you guys, and have a good time. Bye.